guys, it's Rebecca,
And Dylan.
and we're here to talk to you today about our podcast and what we're going to be about. This is our first episode ever. Isn't that crazy?
Nerve-wracking more than anything.
Oh, I know. I'm so nervous.
We felt to do this for a long time, I guess. I'm going to be awkward for the first probably couple of episodes because this is new to me. I don't exactly like putting myself out there. Um, but a little bit about us. We've been married for coming on 8 years this year, this September, actually.
Wow.
Quick. We spent the better part of our marriage not serving the Lord. It wasn't until about 3 years ago we started coming back, but it wasn't till if we're going to be raw and we're going to be real, it was probably about within the last, I would say, 3 months that we really started getting a grasp of what God wanted for our lives.
Yeah, our daily devotions and stuff like that. That's when we really, about 3 months now.
We we live in a little town in Canada, and we love where we're at right now. A little bit about us, I guess, is just, myself personally. I grew up in church. Kind of wishy-washy, I guess. My mom was in and out of church most of my life. Um, and that kind of carried over into my walk with God. When things got tough, I kind of backed away and then come back and then backed away. So to say I was really ever in church is kind of an understatement, I guess, because I really wasn't. Graduated and I spent 3 years in Bible school and hated my life every second of it because I just didn't have the right mindset being there. And then we spent a good, like I said, 6-7 years wandering.
So, anyway, my testimony is I was 14 when I was adopted. My parents are phenomenal examples of what Christians should really be and act like. When I was a baby, my foster back when I was in foster care, I was very lucky to have gone to the same place every time and in a godly Christian home, and they raised me right. Now, whether I stuck with my parents' beliefs or not, that's a different story. I personally didn't pray or read or do daily devotions, so I knew God, but God didn't know me kind of situation. And when I got married, we just both felt like I was going to church for him and he was going to church for me. And it wasn't a good situation in that case because we weren't going for the right reasons. So we ended up leaving, and 7 years in the world was very rough.
That's an understatement.
Oh, for sure. Very rough. And you don't realize how much God protects you through those times when you don't know if he's there. Right? Like we've had, and maybe we'll get into it later on, but we have been protected by so many things. Like, just a quick example is when we moved from one of our apartments. We had moved a week earlier and it flooded.
The week we were supposed
to move, but we ended up moving early. Yeah, it had flooded. So thank the Lord he protected us from that. Absolutely.
And our episodes will be more structured, more laid out. This is kind of just like a pilot episode to kind of just get a feel out and let you guys know kind of who we are, what we're about. But the premise of the podcast essentially is, you may have wandered from God and from truth, and maybe you've only been out a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years even, but it's never too late to turn back. He's there waiting for you. One of the biggest struggles that we faced coming back was, biblically it talks about the prodigal son coming home, and they threw a feast and they threw a party and everyone was excited, and you kind of had that mindset coming back. But in reality, it's people are happy to see you, but and I mean, in my experience, it was time moves on. Whether when you leave church, I expected to come back to the same friends and the same, kind of where I left off. But in hindsight, where we left off just wasn't in a good place anyway. And those friends have now moved on and
Have kids of
have
their
kids of
own.
their own
Yeah.
and ministries of their own, and
We just kind of feel
not
left.
no
I
stuck.
stuck.
Probably not so much now, but like I said, within the last couple of years, we've done a lot. We've done a lot of growings from where we first walked into church. Um, Battered, broken, torn to
A
pieces.
lot of shame.
A lot of shame.
Oh, absolutely.
Like for us, personally, our scars. A lot of our scars are physical. I mean, at some point, we do plan to switch to audio and video. So you'll see eventually that I'm covered in tattoos.
Oh my, absolutely.
And some scars are just physical, and
I've
every
done.
day we have to walk in faith and just realize that though people may judge, God doesn't.
Yeah.
God forgives. God, he's a great God. He's merciful.
So, a quick little fun fact about yourself. I put him on the spot.
I don't know if it's a fun fact, but one thing I try to watch and I do a lot is I am a very dark humored feller. Um, I make a lot of not inappropriate jokes, but inappropriate jokes for most people, kind of out of pocket more so. But it's one of those things that God's dealing with me on. But yeah, you?
I really don't know. What's a fun fact about me? I'm a workaholic. I say I have too many hours, and at the same time, I'd love to pick them right up again. So, maybe an episode on rest.
But thank you for listening. This is us. If you enjoy, give us a follow. We are on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Apple
You,
Music, YouTube,
YouTube. Yeah.
Facebook. We're not doing Instagram. We're not doing TikTok. We're not doing Snapchat, just because we just
It opens too many doors. It really does, and I find that social media is really hard on our kids. The
hard enough.
likes, the oh, it really is. Yeah.
But that's a topic for another episode. But we appreciate you guys for listening. And like I said, if you enjoy, drop a follow, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. We appreciate you. God bless.